You ever get that feeling that what you get out of an AI just completely depends on what you put in? It's so true. The quality of your question really does determine the quality of the answer. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret skill that turns those vague requests into absolutely brilliant results. And we're borrowing the playbook from, of all places, the world of project management.
Okay, let's start with a question that probably hits a little too close to home for a lot of us. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in tech or marketing or construction, we've all been on that project, right? The one that starts with all this excitement and then somehow just goes completely off the rails. Why does this keep happening? Well, one of the biggest culprits is this classic villain, scope creep. You know what I'm talking about. It's that slow, sneaky expansion of what the project is supposed to be. Just a small addition here, a quick little change there, and before you know it, the finish line is a mile further away than when you started.
And then you've got the hidden risks. Oh, these are the fun ones. The problems that are just lurking under the surface, waiting to pop up. A technical snag, a surprise budget cut, a new regulation, boom, they can derail everything in a hot second.
And of course, the big one, poor communication. I mean, when your teams aren't on the same page, when stakeholders all have different ideas of what done looks like, it is a guaranteed recipe for delays, frustration, and just chaos.
So, yeah, all this stuff adds up to that feeling of project chaos we all know so well. And we try to fight it. We turn to new tools like AI, hoping for a silver bullet. But here's the kicker. If we're not careful, we can end up using this amazing tool in a way that just makes things even more confusing. Which brings us to this really fundamental misunderstanding we have about working with AI. We kind of expect it to just know what we want, but let's be real, it can't read our minds. I mean, think about it. We have these ridiculously powerful language models right at our fingertips. And what do? We often treat them like a simple search bar. We type in, write a project plan, and then we're shocked when what we get back is, well, generic and totally useless.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that weak prompt, write a project plan. But on the right, that's a structured prompt. It gives the AI a role, a specific task, like making a work breakdown structure or WBS. And it gives it rules to follow. It's like being a movie director, right? A bad director tells an actor, act sad. But a great director says, your character just lost everything. You're alone, it's cold, it's raining. One gets you a cliche, the other gets you a masterpiece.
And this skill, it actually has a name, prompt engineering. But look, don't let the word engineering scare you off. This isn't about writing complicated code. It's about thinking with structure. It's really just the art of giving crystal clear directions to get exactly what you need. So how do we actually do it? How do we become those great directors for our AI? Well, it turns out it all comes down to a simple but really powerful 5-step framework. Here's the whole process. First up, step 1, assign a role. You tell the AI who to be. Act like a senior project manager or a financial analyst. 2, you define the context. You give it the background story, the what and the why of your situation. 3, you set constraints. These are the rules of the game, the budget, the timeline, any regulations. 4 is all about the output structure. You tell it exactly how you want the answer formatted. And finally, 5, you set the depth. How detailed should it be? What point of view should it take? All right, enough theory. Let's see how this framework actually works in the real world. We're going to apply it to one of the trickiest parts of any project, dealing with risk. Now, most of us, myself included, would probably start with a simple prompt like this, right? We just ask the AI to list project risks. And we'd get back a pretty boring, predictable list that doesn't really help all that much. But using our new framework, we can do so much better. Now look at this. This is a professional-grade prompt. It doesn't just ask for a list. It demands a sophisticated, structured analysis. It's asking the AI to think like a seasoned risk manager, to sort risks into categories, to weigh their probability and their potential impact, and to even suggest ways to fix them. This is how you transform a simple tool into a strategic partner. And the payoff for all this? It's not just about getting better answers. It's about getting them way, way faster. The source material shows that teams using these structured techniques can slash their planning time by an average of 40%. I mean, come on, that's not a tiny little improvement. That's a genuine competitive advantage. Okay, so this all sounds incredibly powerful, because it is, but it naturally brings up a really important question about the future and about, our role in all of this, right?
If the AI can draft these detailed plans and create complex risk analyses, what's left for us to do? Is the project manager obsolete? Does the machine just take over the whole show?
The answer to that is a hard no. Absolutely not. The best way to think about it is this. The AI is your co-pilot. It can run the checklists, analyze tons of data, and suggest the best routes. But the human pilot, that's you, is always, always in command, making the final call. Because at the end of the day, there are things an AI simply cannot and frankly should not do. It can't provide genuine leadership that inspires a team. It can't be held accountable when things go wrong or right. And most importantly, it can't make those complex, nuanced ethical judgments that sit at the very heart of any big project. That's on us. That responsibility is always ours.
So the big takeaway here isn't about being replaced, it's about being augmented. It's about getting a major upgrade. Prompt engineering is the skill that lets you level up your entire workflow and your own thinking. You now have an incredibly powerful co-pilot just waiting for your instructions. So the only question left is, what are you going to achieve together?